for Wellington Live down here at St Diablo's, live in Courtney Place on Budget Day. We've got a budget cake ready to give away, and we've got some champagne and rosé in a can. And today we're here with Amon from Insulmax. And Hotline is a show where we bring communities together, and people can come in via messenger, text message. You can shout at us if you like. And Sarah Jane does the research.
Yeah, and we've had a lot of questions boxy online, so that's been good.
A lot of questions today for the people of tackling the issues of Wellington that really pisses off and that we need to talk about. What are the issues happening with you in Wellington? You're in insulation. You're in keeping families.
You're on the hotline hat.
I suppose I better put the hotline hat on.
We've got to be the same. So.
Sweet.
Yeah, and just before I do ask you a question, the idea is that I talk constantly throughout the show and others get a chance to talk every now and then.
Yeah.
And so the first question for you is, where was I born?
Where were you born or where was I born?
Where was I born?
No idea.
Oh. Where
I would say Wellington.
where were you born?
I was born in Wellington.
Where were you born? Ah, that got you. That's very interactive. Tell us about Insulmax.
Well, Insulmax is it's a specialist wall insulation product, which is designed specifically to insulate the existing walls of older homes.
How did you do you know that 40% of Wellington's houses are not insulated? We did a poll the other day. 40%.
Really?
Is your home insulated?
Yes, it's just been refurbished, which is good, and we've got double glazing, everything like that.
Nice. So teaked up. Nice.
Yeah, good flat in Wellington compared to other flats in Wellington.
Are you making any money?
Well, we're trying to. We work hard. You know, I've been doing this for 18 years. The worms turn. The rest of the world use a product like we do. And New Zealand's one of the last places in the world that kind of still put bats into walls the way that we do it. We've got a process that is one of the most sustainable, efficient, effective ways to insulate a wall. You know, everyone's talking about wastage, sustainability and everything like that. When you use a product like Insulmax, there's no requirement for the jib to be pulled down because we are fully certified at the highest level.
When we talk about autism, and we talk about autism and healthy homes and internal walls being insulated, isn't it interesting how your product, you're a DJ and you make lots of noise, and you also own a company that has a product that can insulate a wall and help an autistic young woman have a healthier home?
Yeah.
What's up with that?
Well, that's an interesting angle, but yeah. Well, I mean, anybody you look after, if you
if you can't answer that, then you shouldn't be in business.
By nature, what Insulmax can do is it sound dampens the house as well. So if you want to have quieter home, if you want a warmer home, we have a multifaceted product that
could have quietened you down if you had your DJ.
Well, if you put me inside a room that was fully Insulmax, I'd say it'd be muffled.
Excellent. Yeah. Some might like that. Some might not. Well, that was Graham Bloxham for Hotline down here at St Diablo in Courtney Place. We've got Nick Cranfield coming on in a minute. No, boy, she got a story to tell about Lambton Key. And the bloke who made these cans here, these champagne in a can, sangria in a can.
Nice.
I think I might have to crack one of those open, to be honest.
Yeah. So stay tuned in. We're talking Lambton Key. We're talking who sold the airport and beer and wine. And we're also catching up with a bloke who created or was told what to do by Malcolm Gillies and Kevin Melville out in Upper Hutt. And he's created probably one of the best sports centres New Zealand has ever seen out in Upper Hutt.
You can't beat Wellington on a good day or even a bad day too. You can't beat Wellington, it's a cliche, but nonetheless it's true.
Graham Bloxham from Hotline. I tell you, I'm down here and we've just switched interviews. We're switching it up again. We're here with Nicola Cranfield from Cranfield's The Shop, the famous shop that's been around in Wellington. Taking a few dollars out of the pockets and also adorned some beautiful leather elephants in people's hallways. Welcome.
Thanks, Graham, for having me along.
Excellent. And we'll have some questions up for Nick.
Yeah, for sure. So you
So
want a hat?
Can I say no?
Yeah, you can say no,
There's no room for a third hat.
does that mean we all have to take our hats off? Hats off for Nick Cranfield. have fought like crazy for Lambton Key. You fought like crazy for your brand, your family brand. You're looking absolutely magnificent, can I say? And you have thrown in the towel.
You're right, Graham. I have been fighting for 6 years, trying to draw some attention to what's about to happen on Lambton Key and Courtney Place, and just the impact that's going to have on so many small businesses.
You fought, and where I first met you at the protest, and you took me in to meet some of your great friends, and they were right in the middle there, and they were trying to study what was happening in Wellington, and you got very involved in Wellington then, and you've been involved since then in Lambton Key in some of the decisions that the council have made. What do you think about Lambton Key, Sarah Jane?
I think it's great. I mean, I go shopping down there occasionally, and yeah, but of course, Lambton Key, can be quiet sometimes now, especially with everything that's going on in the past year and things, and more than a year, COVID.
Is it quietening down there, or is it?
Definitely. And the council keeps saying they want to widen the footpaths for the overcrowding.
Oh, wow. So
Don't they just want to put a whole lot of cycle lanes down the middle and then dig up the drains a year or two later?
Yeah, I think that's the usual process.
Siobhan, what's her name? Siobhan Proctor or whatever her name is. And I have been told by my producer to not go after the person, must stay on the issue. So we won't talk about Siobhan Proctor's infrastructure ability, and the word destruction is an infrastructure. So you're going to be sadly missed.
Apparently, we've had the most amazing outpouring of love and support. So, yeah, we've buoyed along, and so much so that we've had all these options presented to us about the next iteration of Cranfield. So stay tuned.
Have you?
We'll see what unfolds.
Are you going to turn it into a show?
No, I'm not singing.
Well, I can talk for the people of Wellington. They definitely want to take their city back.
Yeah.
They want to see the end of crazy silly expenditure and $600-700 million. I think they want the infrastructure fixed. They definitely want more cones at $5.99. And we've got another friend over here, yellow cone. And yellow cones jobs, we're going to put one in every suburb with a little flag on the top, and the person who grabs it gets paid $50 a month to report on the suburbs. So it's a way of keeping the suburbs interlooped and engaged in things that are going on in the city. So what's next for you, Nick Cranfield?
Let's watch this space. We'll see if Cranfields has a next chapter.
Excellent. Well, thank you for coming in, and we'll give you a piece of the happy budget cake. Have you got anything to say about the budget?
I was a little underwhelmed. Yeah, it felt like a budget that wasn't going to offend anyone, but it isn't going to get anyone excited.
Yeah. Well, that sounds a wee bit like Tie Happy. That was Graham Bloxham for Talkback Show Update. What's it called?
Hotline.
The Hotline Update Talkback Show, where we engage the audiences, people of Wellington, in every suburb with really interesting, cool people.
Thanks, Graham.
Can't beat Wellington on a good day or even a bad day too. You can't beat Wellington, it's a cliche, but nonetheless it's true.
Graham Bloxham for Hotline. We're back here with Chris Archer from this company, Joy, which has got some piss in a can.
That's it. Got it.
This is Hotline. We're live at St. Diablo and Courtney Place, and everyone from the community can zoom in or Messenger, WhatsApp. You got some messages coming in?
On the Facebook, if we did put up a Facebook, there's none on there, but maybe got some calls and some questions up my sleeve that I can pull up. So,
got some questions from the suburb. Can I ask you a question, Chris?
Shoot.
How did you get to be so blimmin' handsome
Right.
and so much hair for someone that's worked so hard?
It's all that preening. It's all the preening I do, Wake up, bit of water, maybe put on the clothes from yesterday, and off we go.
You're a vinter. Have you ever met a winemaker, Sarah Jane?
Well, I've been to a few like wineries and things, and my like up in Gizzy and all the.
Cool.
Have you got any questions for a winemaker? Like someone that have you tried that?
No.
You want to give that? You want to crack that? I'd give it something.
It's 5 bucks somewhere. But also, did you want a hat?
I would love one.
In exchange.
While Sarah Jane's trying that, I've got a question for you.
Yes.
Is it how hard was it to get Joy into Canada?
About 4 years. About 4 years of pushing and a bit of serendipity but yeah, pretty tough.
Going good?
We are.
This is exactly what I needed.
VatCan's #1 in Ontario. Just 12 million people, you know. But we've been, COVID was pretty tough, but actually Canadians kept on drinking Joy, so we've got to be happy with that.
Well, that was a very positive and insightful interview with Chris Archer from Joy. I did pick up that your can is #1 seller in Ontario.
And here. So Joy, the rosé here, we're smacking it.
New World?
Countdown of, like we are in
Woolworths.
Yeah. Woolworths have been very good to us. We're nationally ranged with them, 9 products. We're their #1 wine-to-can brand. So well done, New Zealand. And it's not just, as a lot of my friends go, I buy it for my mother in the retirement home, which was always nice. But now we've got full, we've got sangrias and mimosas so that, the young ones can premiumise and actually don't drink too many, but drink something of quality, right?
Would you get into those? Would you get a couple of those?
I would.
Well, I've said to Chris to bring a couple along, and so you can take them for drinks this afternoon.
Yeah, as well.
Yeah.
So
well, this one just got launched last week. Grand Rouge.
Yeah.
It's a Cabernet Grenache Bush Vine, so a big red for those cold nights.
And you're an Aussie, aren't you? So you're.
Do you know I got my citizenship last year for New Zealand. Yeah. So
that was Graham Bloxham for Hotline in Wellington. We're letting these Aussies in every. Well, that's congratulations.
I'm hoping to win a Bledisloe now.
And congratulations on becoming a Kiwi citizen.
Thank you.
Good luck with that. You probably left John Eales behind, and that was Hotline, live in Courtney Place.
You can't beat Wellington on a good day or even a bad day too. You can't beat Wellington, it's a cliche, but nonetheless it's true.
Well, I've just jumped back in and I'm standing in for Sean Rush. This is Hotline where we bring communities together. Have we got many messages in from the community today?
Everyone loves Hotline, so that's good. So, yeah.
I tell you who we've got here. This is a bloke who travelled around the world with some investors and some visionaries, went to all these places and then just turned up with a product in Upper Hutt that was a high-performance sporting thing that my cousin from NME, Anthony O'Connell, the beautiful human being, put all these air conditioning units in that turned the room down, and so you could be running or cycling at the top of Everest. Jamie Tout from NZCIS. Mate, it's just sensational to have you on, being from Upper Hutt. Have you got any questions for Jamie? The Hurricanes hang out there, the Knicks, the Phoenix.
They're crazy.
Manchester United are coming over.
Are they? Cheapest news to me. Breaking news.
Yeah. You must
story,
be a
that guy.
mover
Great story.
and shaker. You must have some vision. You must have some real ability to make it happen, drive a brand and drive money. How did you do it?
Oh, look, you've got to have a lot of elements to make these sort of things work, and we're just really lucky we've got some visionaries like Mal and Kev on the waka. They've enabled everyone to go out there and do what they do well. Fortuitously, I was involved in whole performance sport for about 20 odd years and was able to get into a lot of cool venues over the years and see a lot of cool places and bring those into a melting pot and make something relevant, hopefully.
You're a sportsman?
Look, in my day, as they say, played a lot of cricket and tennis back mainly in Australia. A bit of rugby league, and then league was a dirty word when I come to New Zealand. So
The Winfield Cup.
Winfield Cup, Sturlo, Pricey, back in the Parramatta Eels heyday. Yep. But mate, love the game and love being involved. Back coaching the under 11s, Upper Hutt Rams now. So walked off the field with the Black Ferns for one last test match and walked into the Upper Hutt Rams.
Did you just say the Upper Hutt Rams? What's your rugby team in Wellington, Sarah Jane?
So I'm going to the Hurricanes this weekend. So
But have you got a suburban team, that you like? Tawa or something? What's that?
Island Bay.
Island Bay Auries, maybe out that way, is it?
I don't know. Upper Hutt.
I'd have to say, would you say Upper Hutt's got it over Island Bay?
Look, short story. When I moved from Lyell Bay down to Christchurch at Sumner, then moved back to Whiteman's Valley. My wife said we're moving to Whiteman's Valley. I had no idea where we were going to. Turned up, mate, and I love the place. I really do. I'm really vested in Upper Hutt. Our boys are at Mungaroa School. I can't see us going anywhere anytime soon. We've just bought a block of land out at Mayhorn Farms. Mayhorn Farms if you need a block of land. But yeah, it's going great. Like
Checks in the mail. I think that's one for the boss.
Yeah, it is.
I'm surprised you haven't mentioned Brewtown several more times.
Yeah, I can throw in
and the
Brewtown
race course in the back, and maybe NME Electrical.
Yeah, Kevin would be happy. Yeah, and that's the thing, that there is a lot going on, and those two guys are fundamentally driving a lot of it. But there's so many other cool projects like Lane Street out there as well, which is awesome.
Excellent. Well, you're a humble person. You're a busy person. I am going to challenge Jamie for an arm wrestle after this. It's not a personal thing, but it's Australian. That was Graham Bloxham for Hotline. And Sarah Jane.
Cheers. Thank you. Thank you very much.
It's easy.
You can't beat Wellington on a good day or even a bad day too. You can't beat Wellington, it's a cliche, but nonetheless it's true.
Tell me about Farah Palmer and her partner in the immigration department.
Yeah, look, I came over to New Zealand in 1997 myself, and when I was working with the Black Ferns, I tried a couple of times to get my New Zealand passport. Strongly believed it was the right thing to do, and was pretty much declined onto a one aspect, and that was I was not in the country enough days per year to qualify for my New Zealand passport. And the irony was I was travelling with New Zealand sports teams, fundamentally the Black Ferns a lot. And then I was, just during the week, Wesley posted up an image.
This is Sarah Palmer's, they're very much alive, Sarah Palmer's partner.
Farah Palmer, yeah.
Farah Palmer, sorry.
Yeah, we often call Wes the +1, so that's okay. Follows around Farah. But, Wesley's a coach. He's been coaching the Black Ferns for a decade, was part of their successful campaign for last World Cup.
Wow.
He's been with the under-20s New Zealand team. And recently he was effectively told the same thing. He's trying to bring his mum out from South Africa. Fundamentally, they were challenging the fact that Wes and Farah were actually married for a start, which we all find funny. But
So they've been together for how long?
Be about a decade.
Decade, that's 10 years. But in Upper Hutt, that's 12.
Yeah, but 2 kids, a couple of mortgages out there as well. So they're very much part of ingrained in New Zealand.
He wants to bring his mum from South Africa to be part of the family, to be part of the kids.
Yeah.
So basically, you were knocked back, and we wouldn't have had NZCIS if you weren't. So I'm glad that immigration sorted their shit out there. And then we got NZCIS. We're now in this discussion, and you were talking about it. So will immigration get there in the end, though, won't they?
I just don't know, mate. They're really frustrated by it all. And the fact is, they'll be able to prove that they're married. They've done the marriage certificates and the whole works, but it's still getting red tape. But the one that's probably just a bit of irony there is that they're out representing New Zealand teams, doing great things on the world stage, and then coming back home and suffering that.
Got any questions for Jamie around that, Sarah Jane?
I think I'm more questioned out, but
That's a Hotline exclusive, right up the middle story for you, the immigration minister.
Take a look.
Wellington on a good day or even a bad day too. You can't beat Wellington, it's a cliche, but nonetheless it's true.
Hotline is a show where communities come together, they fire in their messages, their texts, they can phone in, they can yell in from the street.
Abuse you. Can they do that?
Well, I've got 3 tickets in the Wellington Live tiny car, all stacked up 3 in a row. So I suppose the haters of the tiny car are going to have a good afternoon.
That's the parking lot tiny car. I think they're
They like.
Well, it's
Yeah.
now the parking and the
Or
ticket.
would you like a hotline hat?
I
Let's
love a
start
holiday.
there.
Okay, thank you.
We're here with
Cover up my board.
We're here with Dakota Joe. This is Jose Ubiaga, who runs Dakota and some other bars in Wellington. You've got a fascination with corporate and team building events.
I do. I love making people happy and have fun and getting into the vibe of just going out and enjoying themselves.
That sounds a bit bloody exciting. Tell me, Jose, what would you say about Kapura selling to DB and now they're giving bars away in Courtney Place? Would you say that the experiment with the corporate-led one menu type 35 bars in Wellington has been a success or a failure?
Well, I think Kapura did well selling to DB and getting probably as much money as they got for DB. They sold probably at the right time. DB wasn't a smart choice from them. And I'm sure they're looking back now thinking, crikey, what are we going to do now with all these bars that aren't making any money?
Well, they're giving one away down the street there, apparently. DB are a great brand. They're an excellent company and an amazing supporter in the community. They're very responsible. I mean, can those bars, those Kapura bars, find their way in the Wellington market? We were talking last night about how independents like you have got this personality. They've got the we must succeed, we must adapt. Whereas when you get a corporate situation like that, do you think that has a place in Wellington?
Having a corporate run the bars makes it very difficult because you need to be able to make changes on your feet and while things are happening. And when you've got a big corporate that owns a whole bunch of bars, when they want to change something, it's got to go up the chain, and it takes a lot of time to be able to go, okay, yep, you can do that, and that by that time, it might be too late. You need to be able to think on your feet, and if something's coming up, it's going, oh, something's in 2 weeks, let's do something, let's do a promo. And we've got to be able to make changes then and there. And that's why I think, a few of them, but the top ones will probably do really well, but the majority will probably really struggle.
What about mud wrestling? Would you do mud wrestling in your bars in Wellington? Would you have to heat the mud up, or
Are you talking mud wrestling or jelly wrestling?
can you do them both?
Well, normally they have the jelly wrestling, but they're normally
Have you done
limited to the
Have you done the
strip bars.
jello?
No, I haven't done it, no.
Excellent. So,
Maybe 20 years ago.
so you think it's the independents? There's certainly a lot of talk about independents being nimble, putting more passion into their menus, not being so cookie cutter. So they may need to pick up some DB, the corporate may need to pick up some independence thinking as they get moving again.
I mean, right now, we all need to start thinking outside the box to be able to get through this quiet winter period. We've got to give people reasons to want to come to our venues. If we create events, people seem to be wanting to come out to a specific event.
Like mud wrestling.
Potentially. They might come out to mud wrestling, but I don't know. Is that the type of clientele you want in your bar? That's what you got to ask yourself.
Well, that was Graham for Hotline. We allow the community to come and ask questions of fabulous people that can't remember where they got their shirt from via messenger, text or call. That was Sarah Jane on the research with Jose Ubiaga.
Thanks very much.
Yes, thank you.
Can't beat Wellington on a good day or even a bad day too. You can't beat Wellington